We are back. We are back. Hello, guys. Welcome back. Sorry, my internet crashed. So I'll wait for y'all to come in here. All right. All right. Sorry. We're live. My internet crashed. So, yeah. All right. Back to work for me. No, it's a necklace. It's a nice, uncomfy wooden necklace. Yeah, my internet is wonky a little bit around here. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take this apart and take off these stupid stickers because annoying. Hey CJ, hey Skip, hey Jesse. I forget what I was talking about. Remind me what I was talking about, guys. Okay, there we go. Because I don't remember what I was saying. That's the seizure medication brain for you. That's what it did to me. It destroyed my memory. At least it destroyed my short-term memory. I'm going to be blue if I play with this fabric too much. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yep, we had an internet crash. That happens around here a little bit. Shouldn't, but it does. That's why I was trying to plug in the hard line. If my Wi-Fi goes down, I'm on the hard line. Alrighty. Why do some diaper lovers like to be spanked while wearing diapers? Why do other diaper lovers like watching diaper spanking? I don't know. It's a very common thing in general, outside of the community even, for people to enjoy pain when dealing with or like sexually and everything. So yeah, I do disposable, Jesse Jones. I'm gonna call you JJ because Jesse Jones, because we have two Jessies. I personally do disposable at the moment. I do enjoy cloth to some degree. It's hard to take care of because you cannot just wash normal. You cannot wash cloth diapers the same as other laundry. So it's a lot of work. It takes quite a bit of effort, and that's the reason I'm not. Something about Etsy store? I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. Oh well. All right, this pattern I need to trace, right? I'll have to look that one up. Which one is which? Yeah. When you're young, Jesse, don't worry. Once you're living on your own, having a job and everything, you can purchase the diapers and that you want, or at least somewhat. A lot of young ABDLs have that problem. Okay, I have so many scraps over here. I don't think I'm going to keep all of them. I don't need all of them. But we'll go through and take a look at some of them. See, that's enough for part of a hat. So we'll keep the ones that are decent size. That's enough for something, or even just a little bit of something. The Paw Patrol scraps I'm not really going to keep because God knows I have enough of them. And I know most of those are no longer useful. Ha! Found the lid to my pins. We're getting there. We're almost to the point where I'm done for the cleanup. I haven't touched under the table yet, but that's not the worst part. The cloth-like diaper are totally useless. Yes, cloth diapers and cloth back diapers are two very different things. Yeah, Jesse, that's the thing. Most parents don't really understand what it is. That's something a lot of teens have to deal with. My family felt the same way at first until they learned more about it and saw what it did for me. It took them a while to come around to it. So just do what you can to keep yourself, happy and healthy. I'm using a lint roller on my carpet instead of vacuuming. But it's tough when you're a teen, buddy. It really is. It really is. There are plastic versus cloth bag. The age-old question on which is better. Most of us feel that cloth back are useless. There's a scrap of fabric. Let's go into the garbage. All right. We got one more area to work on. Hang on while I switch positions. All right. One more area to work on before everything is kind of garbage taken care of versus actually cleaned up. All right. More battery pieces to go through. I've tried to explain, but they won't listen. They got a counselor. Oh, God. A lot of parents do that, but a lot of them do. And it sucks. But if you have a good counselor who actually knows what being an ABDL is, they will agree with you. There's some interesting things that you could have them read online to help them understand what it's like for you. Oh, my thing just terrified me. But then again, it is hard to get parents to understand shit. It really is. But, you're 15, you're young. It will get easier over time. Okay. I really need to put my books away, but I don't have a place to put them at the moment. Where's my music? Okay, we're basically to the cleaned up point, guys. Basically. Now I just kind of got to put stuff away. The counselor's not on either side. Okay. See, when I went to counseling twice because my mother requested I do. When my mother was still living with my father, she was kind of following his thoughts on all this stuff. My father is a Christian, feels it's not right to have these things. And so my mother was kind of that mindset. Yes, Jesse, I honestly don't recommend that. Um, because then that's when you get like doctors involved, and once they find out you're lying, it makes things worse. You know, unfortunately for teens these days, a lot of times you just have to grin and bear it. Wait till you're 18. Yep. Um, there's not much a teen can do, unfortunately. Jesse, the community over the years has had some pretty rough goes with some pretty nasty, creepy, bad people in the community. And that has led a lot of the community to go 18 and up, which sucks for the teens. It really sucks for the teens because there's a lot of us out there that can help. But the nature of the beast is a lot of times this is a sexual kink for people. So bringing teenagers of underage into it is a really iffy situation. The main site that we used to use was adisc.org, and it used to be 13 and up. Okay. You know, ADISC used to be 13 and up. Then there were some things that went on, and it had to go 18 and up. And unfortunately, most of the ABDL community sites are that way. And unfortunately, you kind of have to wait till you're of age to really start to explore some things, which is, in my opinion, really sad because teens deal with this too. But because of the nature of the beast and the creepy people out in the world that do terrible things, it's had to become this way, and it's really sad. You know, it really is sad. Yes, yes. That's the thing, bud. Unfortunately, you know, YouTube is a good, you know, YouTube is a thing that you can look at. Honestly, it's a really iffy gray subject, buddy. But once you turn 18, there will be so much to it. And honestly, with your counselor, I would love, you know, I told my counselor about it when I first went. I went twice. She had no clue. She wasn't a psychologist. She was a Lutheran counselor. Um, and she had no clue what an ABDL was. But when I told her what it was, she was kind of the mindset, you're not harming anybody, so I don't feel it's bad. She's like, I don't have enough of a knowledge on it to be able to say, yes, this is a good thing or this is a bad thing. But she said, you're not out there drinking, you're not out there doing drugs, you're not out there partying. She's like, you're using this as a coping mechanism, therefore it's a better solution. Hello, Little John Toy Show. But it really, welcome back, ST. Oh, I see. Okay. Probably. Okay, I need to close my window because it's actually chilly out, and I'm gonna be going up. We're going up, people. Ta-da! Buddy, honestly, until you're 18, there's not many resources out there. And it's raining a little bit. Sad face. So I can now move around my sewing room. This is awesome. Now I get to transfer all my piles of stuff that I've got to, organize onto my table. Ugh. Then I gotta go through the table again. CJ, we're just cleaning. Is that a vape or weed? It is a vape. I am allergic to marijuana. Love the shirt. Thank you. I made this yesterday, actually. It says boo. I made this yesterday. Which comes first, your incontinence or the diaper? The incontinence. When I became incontinent, I started looking for support groups and things like that. Many years ago, there was a website called Daily Strength. It was basically a website for many different support groups for pretty much any health condition you had. Met a few people on there. One in particular who is like very into the. I'm still not convinced this person was actually incontinent. Given the nature of some stuff, I'm not sure it's true. Okay, this is crazy. Guys, look at this. This is an Ethernet cable. It's huge. And I'm going to put it in my boyfriend's bedroom because I don't want to deal with this. He can take care of it. Okay. But in 2000 and okay, so here's the story. In 2005, I had surgery. I got a serious life-threatening infection from that surgery that they didn't catch for a week. We then ended up coming home from the hospital because we knew that I was basically dying in the hospital we were in, despite it being one of the best, most revered hospitals in the country, Cleveland Clinic. And so we came home, and 2 days later, I was in such severe shape that I was not able to keep anything down. I was vomiting water. We couldn't keep me hydrated, so we called my primary doctor and told him what was going on. He said, "You need to come in right now." He actually stayed late, guys. This is how awesome this doctor was. He stayed late for us to come in, for him to take a look at me. And where'd that needle go? I just dumped out the needle and I don't know where it went. Did it dump out? Yeah, it dumped out. I just don't know where. Well, I'll find it. And he took my vital signs. He checked my heart rate, he checked my blood pressure, and he checked my temperature. My temperature was not that alarming. My blood pressure and heart rate, however, were. I was at a heart rate of 152, and my blood pressure had tanked. Yes, little John, I still do. He said to my mother at the time, "Take this girl to the hospital immediately." He's like, "I don't want you to stop anywhere." He's like, "If you do not promise that you will go straight there other than to pick up your husband, I am calling an ambulance." And she is riding in the ambulance to the hospital. Your daughter is in severe shape. So that night we went, he told us which hospital to go to even. And we went into that hospital in the emergency room. At the time, I was the only person in there. This was way unusual. And they got me into CAT scan. And the ER doctor says, "You guys, this is a miracle." He said that he's like, "I can't believe this." He's like, "Your daughter is in this condition, and one of the top foremost surgeons in the country on these types of surgeries is on call tonight." So he called the doctor. He's like, "Get her into CAT scan right now. Get her in there now." And he actually came, when he got to the hospital, I was in the process of getting the CAT scan. It took some time because I was so dehydrated, my veins were so bad that every time they tried to give the CAT scan contrast, my vein would blow and I'd start screaming because it would hurt so bad. But they got the CAT scan, and this doctor is like, "Oh my God." He came in and talked to my parents once he saw it all, and he said, "Your daughter is about 12 hours from death. I have to operate on her right now. She has a football, over a gallon of pus in her abdomen right now, and she's going to die if we do not operate tonight." I was so out of it, I don't remember much of this. I do remember the stupid IV and the CAT scan. Then he took my gurney, guys. This is how amazing this doctor is. He personally ran from the emergency room to the OR. Ran. The president of the hospital, this is the highest surgeon in all of this hospital, ran me to the OR and operated on me for about 8 hours that night. I then was placed with an ileostomy, Actually, the scar is right there from the ostomy. I had an ileostomy put in so that he could clean out my abdomen, allow it to recover, allow it to heal, get the infection gone. And I had that ileostomy for 2 years. So because the infection was so bad, it was when the next couple of days, they had to open up my abdomen. They had to leave it open so it could heal from the inside out. During this time, I did not have incontinence issues. So from about 2005 to 2007 or 8, when they reconnected my ileostomy, I started having obviously bowel incontinence because my bowel had not been used for 2 years. The sphincter muscles had not been used for 2 years. So they were weak. And also during this time, I had surgery after surgery because I kept getting bowel obstructions and different things had to be taken care of to basically get my body back to a normal level. And so when they reconnected me, I started having bowel incontinence before any urinary incontinence. I want to say I started having bedwetting in probably like 2009. I started wetting myself when I was sick at night and all that. Through these whole years, between 2005 and 2011, I have had 13, I think, surgeries, 11 or 13 surgeries just on my abdomen. So up until 2010-ish, was when the incontinence was developing. And it got so bad in April of 2011, I believe it was April 4th. I was in the kitchen with my best friend who had spent the night. She and I were making macaroni and cheese for lunch. And I'm standing at the stove stirring everything. And all of a sudden, there's just this warmth down my legs. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Look down and I'm drenched. And I'm like, I didn't even feel that. I just wet myself and I didn't even feel it. Went up and changed my clothes while she finished making dinner, got all cleaned up. And we were eating lunch and with, hanging out, watching TV, watching movies. And it happened again. And I didn't feel it. Thankfully, we have a leather couch at the time. And that day it proceeded to happen 4 times. Before I'm like, okay, I'm going to get one of my diapers because I had started wearing diapers sometimes at night, especially when I was sick, so that I wouldn't poop my bed or wet my bed. And I went up and put a diaper on. And that was the last day, literally the last day I ever wore underwear again. My bladder had completely died at that point. The level of nerve damage was permanent. I could no longer feel my bladder. So that's, yeah. But anyway, that is to say, I started in 2011 after this happened. I had a surgery in May of 2011, and they had found out that I had a tumor on my ovary. They were hoping that this tumor was causing the incontinence, that it was pressing on the bladder, causing the nerve issues. That was not the case. The doctor was kind of weirded out because he didn't really think about it. After the surgery, I was very, very ill. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. They had to do chest tubes. They had to do central lines. I was very, very ill and had a catheter in. So he was like, it's weird that she was fine for 3 weeks and now she's incontinent again. And my mom's like, dude, she had a catheter in. She had a catheter in for like 2 weeks. And she was barely peeing after that. So she's like, yeah. But I started looking into support groups, found somebody who was like, have you ever looked into the AB community? And I'm like, what the heck is that? And he kind of told me about it. He was also an AB himself, mostly DL, but he introduced me to ADISC and FetLife. FetLife terrified the shit out of me because at this time I am very, very naive, grew up in a very, very strict Christian home, had one relationship that ended when I was ill, started and ended when I was ill, actually, and it terrified me. But, I had been a thumbsucker all my life. I had a memory. I couldn't tell if it was a memory or a dream of me being about 5 or 6 years old, sneaking one of my sister's diapers and going in our back hall in the dead of winter and putting it on. Um, I always had a desire to like use my pacifiers I had for my dolls because we would like tape pacifiers on their face and everything. I always wanted to use those. And I was always very, very young at heart. So I did finally get into the AV community. I actually met Andrew in January of 2012 on ADISC, as well as met my ex Rob on ADISC, and then realized that yes, this is me. And so it became my way of coping with the incontinence. It helped me understand and handle it in a much easier thing. So anyway, let's see. Wow, too cute. I like you. I feel like you understand me and know I said that, but I don't think she saw. Where? Oh yeah, I was going on here. Let me read your comments here, guys. Give me a second. I got pneumonia and felt similar. Fast heart rate, yeah. Are you still friends with that friend who's seen you wet like 4 times in a day? Unfortunately, no. She and I were great friends all through high school. When I moved to Connecticut, it became a little bit of a hardship. She was the type of person that was very focused on herself. And anytime we were around, it was like we focused on her and blah, blah, blah. And it was really hard for me. It drained me emotionally and physically. And she was making very, very poor choices despite the advice of many people. She was with an abusive boyfriend who I begged her to leave. She didn't leave him. And when she did, she went right back to another abusive guy. And I just had to cut ties at the time because like I couldn't focus on that. I had to focus on myself. So unfortunately, her and I are not friends anymore. She is doing better. I am friends with her family on Facebook. So I do see some updates about her. Hello, Max. Hello, Subtle Lethal Weapon. Hi, Troy. Yeah, I did have a pacifier until I was 6 months old. Then my mother took it away from me, and my sister taught me how to suck my thumb. I sucked my thumb until I was 18, 20. I stopped sucking my thumb from 16 to 18 when I was awake. But my sister said I still sucked it in my sleep. I switched to a pacifier because I was in the hospital all the time. Jesse, I was sad to lose the friendship, but at the same time, it was the best thing I could have done for myself at the time. I couldn't continue to allow her to drain my being like that. It was just a very poor energy exchange, and it was not good for me. And I think in the end, it actually helped her become better. You have a hamster? Oh, that's so cute. So yes, 6574449. She repeatedly made these poor, horrible choices. And she grew up in much of the same lifestyle I did, where our fathers were very controlling. We lived in a very strict lifestyle. So naturally, when you leave the household, that's kind of what you seek is a boy hamster. What's your hamster's name? And a lot of the people that have come out of that religion and that lifestyle have made poor choices. Thankfully, a lot of the time, a lot of us have regained that sense of self. We now, have a better lifestyle. Your mom died when you were 5. That is sad. Cooper, that's cute. That's tough, buddy. That is really tough. I am sorry that you were not able to have a mother. Have you tried any more diapers? As I'm looking for new ones. I am currently at this very moment in a North Shore Supreme Light. They're a pretty decent daytime diaper. I'm going to be doing a review on them. Hopefully Friday. Hopefully, if I can get the time. And I'm going to be ordering tomorrow I'm going to be ordering Rear's Little Monsters. When did your seizures first start? Why do some people who have seizures have full incontinence? Are there types of times of seizure or any other time? My seizures started just after I moved to Kansas in 2013. And my theory to why my seizures started then is because even though I've suffered the trauma that causes them many, many years ago, but in 2013, my body was finally to a point where I was kind of at a stable level and the seizure started. The first thing that triggered the seizure was when my boyfriend had his wisdom teeth taken out. Right before he was getting put to sleep, the doctor was actually in minutes from pushing Versed. I went into a seizure and he stopped. He said, "Your girlfriend's going to the hospital. She just had a seizure. Has she ever had one before?" No. Well, yeah, she's definitely going to the hospital. So they had to cancel his thing. The reason people have incontinence during seizures, when you're in a seizure, your body is going haywire. Every muscle is tensing up. And then so oftentimes that tensing of all those muscles pushes urine out. Other times it's when your body finally relaxes, it loses control, and then you wet. So that's why people often have urinary or bowel incontinence during seizures. Mine varies. Sometimes I wet, sometimes I don't. How did I get so big on YouTube? Well, in the ABDL community, yeah, I guess I'm big. But I just started posting videos on YouTube about my incontinence journey, different tips, diaper reviews, all that. And that's how it's just grown. I've been watching you for a few years now and would like to thank you. You have no idea how much you have helped me come to terms with my incontinence and ABDL side. Troy, Toy Boy, you are welcome. You are very, very welcome. I'm happy that that was my goal. My goal was to help one person. I started this as a way of, it was almost therapy for me posting videos. And, I just wanted to get the information out there because it is so hard to come by when you are ABDL or you're incontinent. This information is not out there very well. And the people that do have YouTube channels about it are often the girls that are just about showing off and things like that. And I wanted to bring the education level to people and the real things that you deal with, the coping, the struggles of being incontinent and ABDL. And the fact that I have helped this many people, I'm flabbergasted. I'm humbled that you guys want to be around and hear me talk. And I'm happy that I can help. That is my one thing is I just want to help. I wanted to help one person. And if I could help one person, then all of this was worthwhile. I don't do YouTube for the money. You're fine, buddy. A lot of people that are on my channel are not incontinent, and that's perfectly fine. I have no problems with that. But that makes helping you guys makes it worthwhile. And I don't care about the money, guys. I get $100 from YouTube maybe every 6 months, maybe. And I'm not in this for the money in the least, which is why I live stream a lot. I don't care if it messes up my analytics. I'm going to share with people. I'm going to have fun. And that's that. I have ADHD and autism. CJ, that sucks. My boyfriend is ADHD. We're pretty sure that I am autistic. I haven't been tested, but we're pretty sure I'm autistic. So yeah. It's coming out more and more and more over now that my health physically is getting better. My body is kind of showing more signs of the autism and things like that. So yeah. Also a brony. That's awesome. I am not I've never been able to get into My Little Pony. Back in the 90s when it was the thing, I wasn't into it. I'm still not really into it. I think it's adorable and I think it's got a good message. It's just not my thing. And, but that's another one of my top sellers is My Little Pony. That's a huge seller. A huge seller. Okay, I am hungry, but I don't want to eat. I have this problem, guys, where I'm hungry, but I'm nauseous and I don't want to eat because I feel like if I eat, I'm gonna barf, and that's a bad thing. Sorry for the bird, guys. I have a very this is a little bit TMI, but my bird is a very horny birdie. And he does mate with his favorite perch all the time. And then he sings this song. Why do some lovers get totally guilty when their personal lover happens to have an incontinent accident in the middle or lover making? I don't know. That's one reason I stopped having sex. One. Yes, I do, Jesse. He is awesome. He's a cockatiel. But yeah, some people don't notice the bird. He's loud sometimes. It's kind of like embarrassing when you're having sex and you do have an accident. It's just it's depressing. And for me, like sex became such a chore because it's like, okay, we want to have sex, or boyfriend wanted to have sex. I never really cared sex about it either way. But we had to prepare the whole, we couldn't just spontaneously have sex because then we'd have a mess to clean up. And it got to be such a hassle. And it was so depressing for me. Like, I enjoyed it, but it was so hard for me. And it was like, then Andrew would have to shower because he's covered in whatever accident I had. And I had to shower. And it was just a huge thing. And it was annoying. It was upsetting to me. He never was upset by it, really. He never was. I'm glad I was able to help you guys. Jesse Jones, JJ, I do not have kids. I have a genetic disease that caused all of this that I really am trying. We are trying very hard in my family to stop this disease. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. There's 5 of the original person in our family that had this disease. She has passed it down. My father's side of the family, half of his siblings have it, half of my siblings have it, and his siblings that have it, also their kids have it. So we're trying at this moment, up to me, no one has had children. My sister who has it is younger than me. I don't think she's going to have biological children. But that's still up in the air. But so far, the disease has stopped in this family. Yes, I could adopt. And that's the thing. I'm in a polyamorous relationship. So there's one man, and then he has 2 girlfriends. I am one. There's another one. His other girlfriend and I are not romantically involved, but we are best friends. We are basically sisters. We adore each other. We really enjoy living together. Currently, they share the master bedroom. And they sleep together. They have the sexual relationship. I sleep in another room because I have horrible insomnia. I do not sleep well with other people. And I got very tired of getting woken up at the butt crack of dawn when everybody went to work. So I have decided to have my own bedroom. Still, my boyfriend and I are still soulmates. We're utterly connected and madly in love. I just don't like having sex, so I'm asexual. But yes, there is the chance that in the future we will adopt. Specifically, Andrew and Zelly will adopt. I will be auntie, other mommy type thing. I personally can't do as much caring for a child as I would like to. I used to work in daycare. I love working with children, but my health issues have kind of dictated that I'm not able to be with children all the time. So even if we were to adopt, we'd probably have to have some sort of caregiver in the household as well. So, but yes, we would love to have children in our household. Could Zelly carry a child? Technically, yes. Technically, she could. Her and I both have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which makes getting pregnant really hard because when a woman produces a follicle, it's called, that is what turns into an egg. In our case, the follicles turn into cysts 90% of the time. So it never gets to the egg stage where it can become a pregnancy. So chances are both of us cannot biologically bear children. Me, because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I've also had so much done to my body that I'm most likely infertile. It would be really hard for her to get pregnant. And we have such a heart for adoption that we would rather give a child a home that is in need than to bring a biological child into this. To us, it does not matter how we have a child, whether we adopt or we foster to adopt or anything like that. It will still be our child no matter what. A cyst it's hard to explain. Cysts can be anywhere on your body pretty much. They're usually like a fluid collection or a fatty collection. It's different fluids and things that can be filled with, and it creates a foreign lump. For example, I had one of my wrists, I don't know if you can see, yeah, here's the scar from one, and here's the scar from the other one. And it created a bump on the outside. And so, yeah, I am adopted, so that's cool. JJ, that is awesome. We would love to adopt. I have 2 adopted cousins, I believe. One was adopted from birth. She was 3 days old when they got her. She has Down syndrome. She is a joy. And the other one was adopted from Sierra Leone when she was 8 years old. So adoption, and we had best friends growing up who adopted. Let's see, they've adopted 4 children. So adoption is very, very prevalent in my life, and I would love to have an adopted child in our household. That is something that many of our feelings are. So whether it's adopted or biological, the child will be our child, and we will love it the same as if it were biological, and but yeah. You have little monsters, Troy. Awesome. So we have 2 Troys and 2 Jessies today. That's an interesting one. We haven't had that. I'm procrastinating. Kevin, I'm so happy to hear that, dude. You're an inspiration to me. Like the fact that you've gone through, the cancer and all the things, and you've had a baby and everything. Like, dude, you're an inspiration as well. And I am so I love your channel. You're one of the I love seeing the people who have taken incontinence and kicked its ass. Well, at least in the sense of coping. We only have one Brittany Binky girl back in diapers, yeah. That was the thing. I wanted to be different than all the other ABDL girls out there. Number one, I'm not primarily female. I have a female body, but I am more kind of androgynous. I don't necessarily identify as male or female. So I would someday love to have top surgery done because I hate my boobs. But and that's the thing is I've seriously considered changing names. I've always not been comfortable with my name. That is the one thing. I've never been comfortable with my name. And so yeah. But that's the thing is so I'm your atypical AB girl in the first place. I'm not out there to, flaunt my body, flaunt my sexual thing about diapers, which I don't have. And I didn't want to be the girl that all the guys want to masturbate to me. I know I've had that because I've had people talking to me about it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to hear this. But I wanted to be different than all the other AB channels out there. And I also wanted to be different than the incontinent channels, because a lot of the incontinence channels are so against the AB community. There was one girl in the past, her name was Rena, I think, and she was autistic and blind and also incontinent. And she was so nasty, very publicly nasty to the AB community. And I hated that. It's like, whether or not you're AB or incontinent, we share similarities in the community. Our communities overlap. And I hated that there was so much hostility. Hey, Caledonia. We're kind of just talking about lots of different things. We were talking about having children and things like that. I can't have kids either because last year I had my tubes taken out. I am adopted from Seoul, South Korea. Wow. Zelly was born in Seoul, actually. Her parents were in the military and she was born in South Korea. I don't know when I'm older because I only want one kid, but I want to have a biological to keep my family tree. But I know what it's like to not have a family and I want to adopt. Jesse, my sister, my oldest sister, who I actually don't speak to at the moment because she has created a lot of family issues. They made a decision when they got married that they were going to have one biological child. And my brother-in-law actually had a vasectomy to prevent this. And they have decided that when they want kids again, they will adopt. And primarily, they want to adopt special needs. Zelly is American. She was just born in South Korea because her parents were deployed at the time. So she was born there, and she was, I think, 3.5 months old when they finally got back to the States. But she is considered an American because she was born on a military base, all that stuff. She is American. She is very, very Irish. She is not at all Asian. She is the fair-skinned, light-haired type of Irish. I am the opposite when it comes to being Irish. I am the dark-haired, dark-eyed Irish, which is actually fairly common. And I'm also somewhat Mediterranean. I actually had a friend who was flabbergasted that I was not either Hispanic or Black as well. It was kind of funny. He's like, I could have sworn, given your skin tone, which you guys can't see very well right now because the sun is shining on it, but I have a very olive complexion, a very darker complexion. But yeah. Okay, I got to start folding pattern pieces, guys. I got to organize my patterns here. This is, so I have not cleaned up my sewing room since last weekend. This is the bag of garbage, of scraps and garbage and things that have happened over the last week. So this is why I take the weekends to clean. But now I'm going to kind of just organize my stuff a little bit here so that I can get things put away. What pattern is this? This is my pants pattern, I believe. I think. Pattern number 5362. I think I just tossed, I just tossed the pattern jacket to that. Yeah, Jesse, my family is a very interesting dynamic. Growing up in a very Christian home that was basically what the man says goes no matter what. And it actually it was pushed under the rug and taken as this is, how it's supposed to be. Men have control of women. My father was very abusive to my mother, sexually, emotionally, that type of thing. He was also semi-abusive to us. We don't have proof that he was or sexually abusive to any of his kids. He did have sexual attraction to my half sibling, the oldest that I was just talking about. And we feel that there may be that somewhere locked very deep in my mind is memories of, or is abuse. We're not sure. But my mother finally, good, Jesse. Same thing. Zelly, I know a lot of wonderful Christians who would rather die than have that happen. But when you come from the extremely strict Christian background that we came from, it's really hard to explain what went on, guys, for that type of thing. But it was not your normal Christian. My father was abusive to my mother, physically kind of abusive. He and I do not do well. He became very nasty to me when I was ill. And basically it started ignoring me, and I would have to beg my father to come to the hospital to see me. It was really a hard time. I don't speak to him anymore because of the involvement that he tried to get me to have when my parents were divorcing. I was still living in the household, and he basically tried to make me the middleman and tried to convince me that my mother was a horrible person. My mother is the most wonderful person. Yes, she made mistakes. My mother made mistakes with us, but she is seriously the most wonderful, wonderful mother I could ask for. And I'm gonna cry if I keep talking too much about it because she was my rock, guys. She was my rock. And I was a daddy's girl growing up. I very much was a daddy's girl. So the betrayal that I've had from my father with all this has permanently damaged our relationship to the point of he and I really do not speak. Um, it actually causes a lot of anxiety when he does try to contact me. When I got a new phone number, I didn't give it to him because I can't handle being contacted by him and him being like, I love you, happy birthday, I can't. That's just a lie to me. But that being said, my mother and I are extremely close. And her and I have great length discussed the abuse that went on in our household. And my mother has discussed the things that she did to me and apologized to me for them. And so it's rough. So I understand that. My dad had 4 kids. Then he got remarried to my mom. They adopted me. My parents are American. My mom had my sister when I was 7 years old. I have a big family. Yes, you do. I have 4 siblings. My extended family is huge. One of my aunts has 10 kids or had 10 kids. One did not make it. I had a drunken father. Yeah, that's horrible. Sounds like your father had rose-colored covered glasses and one day would wake up perfectly normal. No, my father is pretty messed up in the head. Some of my siblings still see my father. However, none of my siblings trust my father anymore. They still see him because they have grandchildren and things, but they do not trust him to be around their children by themselves. None of my siblings allow him to stay at their household overnight or anything like that. So there is no trust there anymore with that. And there never will be on my part. Never. Okay, I think this one goes to this pattern. Let's see. This is a pattern. Yep. Okay. Do you want, did I get your dad but the sister that caused drama? I think you should see her. I am not against seeing this sister. She has been very, very horrible to my mother. She has said some very, very horrible things, and she really doesn't speak to much of the family at all. I think she speaks to my older sister a little bit, but she's pretty much disowned the family, which to some level I understand. She went through a lot. She is, my half sibling, and she was, back and forth between her father's house and our house, and a lot of things went on with her. She blames my mother for a lot of what went on between my father and her. She doesn't speak to him either. She disowned him as soon as my mother left him. If she were to come and apologize for how she's treated my mother and for the horrible things she's done to my mother, and we're truly sorry and wanted to be part of the family again, fine. But for now, her and I do not speak because I won't support her accusations and how she deals with my mother. And that's a stand that I personally have taken. My mother has been through so much in her life. No, it has nothing to do with my dad. She hates my father. He is not her father. She lived with us, but she grew up with him as her dad, but he is not her biological father at all. And she has basically never spoken to him again since. So it's nothing like that. It's just that she has some very nasty views, and she has been very, very, very heartbreaking to my mother. My mother hasn't spoken to her or her grandson since my nephew was about 3 years old, and my mother and my nephew were exceedingly close. And my sister has cut off all communication. So whether or not that'll change, we do not know. Okay, that's the other one. And if it changes, then fine. If she comes back to the family, that's fine. I'll speak to her. I will let her know what I feel. I still am friends with her on Facebook because number one, I like to be able to keep my mother updated on some things. I like to be able to show my mother pictures of her grandson. But the rest of my family, like my mother and I are super close. My other three biological, full siblings, they still talk to my mother. My younger sister, the one between me and the youngest, is very disconnected from the family. And in general, she's always been that type of kid that's off in her own world, very private, doesn't talk to many people. But she's not in any way, shape, or form mad or against the family. And so she's so wonderful to my mother. My mother sees her when she's in town. She lives in another state. Like I do. She lives in Michigan. My mother lives in New York. My other two siblings that live in New York are still close with my mother. Okay, CJ, have a great day. So we still have a good family bond. I'm somewhat disconnected from my family because my father and my sister. But the rest of me and my siblings are just fine. It's just that we're all busy with our lives, so we don't talk as often. It's actually my youngest sister's birthday today. She's turning 27. So. By the way, did you find the needle? Not yet. Chances are I will step on it, and that's how I will find it. Did Zelly, mom and dad ever visit your current home? No. I have not actually met Zelly's parents in person yet. They don't know about the ABDL lifestyle for her. They also don't know that we're a polyamorous relationship. They do know I exist. In their mind, what has been told to them so far is that I am Andrew's ex, basically, but that we still live together because he is my caregiver and that I will always be around. They know I'm really good friends with her and everything. So they know I'm around. They just don't know the full extent of the relationship. And they will someday. But for now, Zelly is not comfortable sharing all of it yet. Oh my God, I can't speak. I've had those days, buddy. You're not alone. But I sent my sister a Snapchat. She actually has 3 jobs, so she's a very busy girl. They just bought a house. She's settling in and all that. So she's a very busy girl. When she gets the time, she'll respond to me. We always do. Her and I are the type of sisters that even if we don't talk for a while, we're just still as close. If we're together, we're goofballs. If we're talking on Snapchat, it's like we are always talking. So her and I are very close. We adore each other. We were the last 2 in the house, so we're very, very bonded. She's one of the sisters that knows everything. She knows about the ABDL stuff, everything. She was actually so comfortable with it that if I was in my room in just my shirt and a diaper with a binky, she didn't care. She'd be like, boom, I'm coming in. And she'd come in and here I am in my shirt and diaper with a binky in my mouth. That's how okay with this she was. So her and I are very close. She is the one that shares the disease with me. So we have a special bond through that as well. But she is one of the most open-minded people I'll ever know. She doesn't believe necessarily the way we were raised, but she's still she's in a choir with my grandmother. She's very close with my grandparents because she lives near them. And she's a wonderful human being. Seriously, I wholly admire this girl and love her to death. And she's one of my best friends. I'm close with my aunt and my brother. Unfortunately, I am very far apart from my extended family. The uncle that I was very, very close with passed away last year, which it's still hard to talk about him. He and I were very, 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 very close. Great, great friends. And unfortunately, he has passed away. He passed away after he divorced my aunt, or my aunt divorced him. But he was the family member I was the closest to. And I'm going to stop talking about it because I'm going to cry. Hello, Dan. Welcome in. I will say this, my uncle passed very close to the same time that my best friend passed. They both passed away in March, I believe, or May. No, my uncle passed away May 1st. My best friend passed away March 11th. And so those 2 months are not fun for me. They really aren't. Not looking forward to them this year because it'll be 1 year since my uncle's death. And that's going to be really, really hard. He was very sickly. He had diabetes type 2. He had atrial fibrillation and a lot of issues that went on, and he was very sick in the end of his life. And he passed away, and it was the hardest. We have had about 4 family members pass away. The first one was my grandfather on my mother's side. He was an alcoholic, and he committed suicide when I was 10. Then when I was, I think, 15, my Aunt Jennifer was pregnant, and she was going to have a baby, and her uterus ruptured, and the baby was born dead. They had her on life. They were able to revive her and put her on life support for 36 hours. This was that was really hard for me because I was very excited for this cousin. It was the first cousin to be born while we lived in the same state as them. I made her a quilt, all this stuff. So that was a really hard one. My aunt had a baby after that, Levi, and he is my little boy. He's not little anymore. He's 16 or 17, something like that. And but he and I were exceedingly close. And honestly, if we were in each other's presence now, we'd probably still be very close. And then my cousin committed suicide about 2-3 years ago, I think it was now. He was struggling. He had a lot of depression issues. His father is not a good person, and that really affected him. And then my uncle passed away last year. That's going to be hard. That's going to be really hard, and I'm hoping to God my grandfather does not follow suit. My grandfather is very sick, or has been very sick. He has diverticulitis and many other things, but yeah. Wish that Zelly could also enjoy the diaper side of life from wearing a diaper. She does wear. Not 24/7, but probably 90% of the time. Why do some ABDL tops, mommies, daddies, do not wear them? I don't know. Caledonia. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Jesse, see you later. I don't know why they don't. Andrew doesn't wear diapers when he is being daddy on a big. He does not wear diapers during that. He primarily wears them when he's little. And he's a puppy, so he switches. But yeah. All right, on to happier things because I don't want to be all depressed and thinking about things because I will start crying because, yeah, let's divulge that conversation. Okay. Back to cleaning. I don't know what I put them away. Okay. Alrighty. We're getting together scraps and things that I applique. But yeah, my life has not been easy. I will say that much, guys. Life has been a struggle, but hey, it has formed me into the person I am today. And I don't really begrudge my family for what we went through. I do have bitter feelings toward my father, but that's a different story. I'm dropping letters. That's a whole different ball game. And I'm still putting pattern pieces away. This one is actually to the pattern that I need to trace. Are you going to make a large? No. No. If we do anything for Thanksgiving, I don't know what we're going to do. Used to be Andrew's mom headed that up, so that's going to be different this year. It's just Andrew and his brother, and I think I already traced this pattern piece, so I don't need it anymore. Andrew and his brother are the only ones in town, so if we do anything, it would be something small. We have a buddy who does a lot of smoking and grilling. He will probably put on a thing that we'll go to, something like that. but I am personally not going to cook a turkey. No. There's certain things that, yes, I will get a pumpkin pie, and I will have my cranberry sauce, and I will enjoy it. And who knows, we may do something. I don't know yet. We haven't really discussed it. But yeah. Andrew is not a fan of turkey in general, so he doesn't really like think. Typically, my mother-in-law made ham. That was the typical thing for Thanksgiving for us. But, it's seeing as it's right around our birthdays, I don't know what we'll do. I honestly don't. All right, let's see here. This stuff needs to go in the one pile. This needs to go in the same pile. Woo! Letters are going everywhere. This one goes in this. Do you like turkey burgers? Turkey burgers are okay. Not my favorite, but I'll eat them. Ew. I much prefer beef burgers, yes. But yeah. All right, all these patterns need to get put away. I keep all my patterns in gallon baggies. Because once you open them and unfold them, they're hard to get back in the packets. This one has not been opened yet, so it fits in the packet nice. But I store all my patterns once they've been used in Ziploc baggies. So, and then they all go in my drawer. I'm outgrowing my pattern storage, guys, literally. Okay, this fabric can go in the scraps as well. All the scraps. All the scraps. That's a pretty big scrap, though, so that one's worth keeping. This one, not really. And then this is my applique stuff. I have a bottle in here, guys. I used it to fill up my iron because I needed 8 ounces. And then I used it to measure for something else, too. I don't know what. But yeah, they come in handy with the measurements. Cooking burgers on a clamshell grill is easy fun, yeah. My boyfriend enjoys grilling, so he has his thing outdoors that he does, and that's that. All right, so I really need my shelf in here. I am so tempted to go to the garage and get it myself. I honestly might. If I can go in the garage and get that shelf and get my sewing stuff out of the garage, that'd be a big help to everybody. I'm not gonna, because then I'll be in a lot of pain. Oh, I forgot a piece. Damn it. Then I'll be in a lot of pain, and I don't know that I want to deal with that today. All right, let's see here. We're going to move over here for now. You guys are going to come over here and sit on my thread while I clean off the top of my desk. I just don't like cooking in general. Like time. You know what I think we're going to do today? I think we're going to sew. Well, no. This can wait. I'm going to sew my mother-in-law's stuff when I sew. Oh, here's my Harry Potter hat. I made myself a Harry Potter hat. Barbecue food, yes. That is. Yeah, cooking is just not my thing, guys. Neither is it Zelly's, so that semi creates a problem because like we end up like, okay, we're gonna do spaghetti. So we brown meat, we make pasta. So we did last night. What time is it? Actually, speaking of which, I probably need to get the dinner on now. We're just reheating I made some pulled pork. Oops, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. It goes this way. There we go. Okay, zippers. I desperately need to organize my top drawer. Thank you, Jesse. It is an awesome, fun hat. I love it. All right, we're going to do a little bit of drawer organization here because I've got so much out. And I have so many. Ooh, I forgot I had coupons for Joann's. I have a 20% off. That one's no good. But I have a 25% off a total purchase. That starts on the 1st. All right, the craziness that is my sewing machine. Okay, you're going in the garbage because you're an old needle. Did I hear Zelly or Adelie? Zelly. 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 That is her nickname. 90% of the time, our household calls her Zelly. We also call her Hannah when we're in public and people don't know her nickname, but no, you did not hear her. She is not home. She is at work till like 7, I think. It might only be 5:30 today. I don't know. But she is at work. Okay. There's so many little things that I don't need to keep. But they're going to go in this drawer. Memory card. Don't ask me why I have a memory card in here. All right, I'm actually going to need my thread container, guys. Now on the desk. Oh, that one doesn't fit. That one fits. And this one. And this one. And these do not. Oh my gosh, I found more sewing needles. Please tell me these are. They're empty. God damn it. Let's see. That one doesn't fit. That one doesn't fit. I hate this. I'm sorry. That thread is horrible. I hate that thread. We have stuff for overalls. Oh, I want that business card. That's right. No. No, she doesn't role play an anime character. I mean, most of the AB community participates in role play, but where's my tape? I had tape. I don't know if you got where I put that tape. Oh, right there. But no, Zelly is just her little name, basically. I forget where she got it from. All right, I need to put all my needles back in place. There we go. Needle will go there. There's a tiny sewing needle in there. Yeah, still not finding that needle. It probably dropped in this drawer, in all honesty. But cleanup time. Yes, it is. I just have to go. I go through about once a week and really clean up my sewing room. God damn it. And just get it nice looking and stuff. Okay, this can go back. All right, back to what I was doing. Just wondering what time it is where you are. It's 9:22 in the morning here in New Zealand. It is Tuesday at 3:23 p.m. I am on Central Time. It is 3:22 p.m. 23. Yeah, that. Where's the other little tiny doohickey? Yes, it is. Okay. I need more tape of this too. My Scotch tape is all gone. No, let's use this. Alrighty. See, these are all sewing machine needles, guys. Hang on, I got tape at the back of this one so my needles stop falling out. We have heavy duty denim. We have ballpoint, which is for sewing like shirts and onesies. Overlock for my serger. A few other random ones that came with my sewing machine, which I just dropped into my. And then I have some more denim needles that don't really work with my machine. The youngest my mind drops is about 11 and 4 months, preteen. The youngest mine has gone is like 3 months old. So when I really regress, I go really little. Really little. Okay, so all my findings and things go in here. These can go in here. These can go in here. More pin. Oh, big pin. Another needle that probably needs to get tossed. Get out of there. Can't get it. There we go. I'm going to put my tools in here because I have a lot of them. Certain tools in there, I should say. I have to go. It's been great. All right. Have fun, Troy. See you later. No, I'm tossing this. I'm going to use this as a. Case. Some of these don't work with my machine, and I really need to figure out which ones it is because they're from my old sewing machine. I think those are the ones, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I did. I forgot to send him the keys. I hope it's from. Oh shit! I need to get those in the mail to him. Okay, yeah, those are going out now. I have to send those. Let's go over there. It was 11-year-old in about 4 months. Yeah. Ooh. Pattern pieces that have been missing. This goes for my patches. have very random things in this drawer. I have a amethyst bracelet that I need to restring. All the garbages. All the garbages. I haven't cleaned out this sewing drawer since I moved in, so not a bad time to do it. All right. These can go in here. Okay. You guys stay back there. You need to go in my pattern drawer. So see here, look, pull up pattern. It is in the works. I have the pattern for a size large. I just haven't. I do not know what this is from. It's just a little metal rod, and it looks. I'm not sure what it's from. It's got to be from my sewing machine. That's good. Pins, hooks, needles. Exacto knife goes back there. This goes to my serger. Bobbins right here. And tapes. All the scissors. Pin cushion. Snaps need to go back. This needs to go on my art thing. I'm not going to keep. This I need to fix, I think. Okay, we're almost done, guys. Almost done. Other than the table that I have to finish cleaning up. Alright. And I gotta put a couple of things in and I'm. I might open up his package actually and get that going. They're training pants. No, they're pull-up. They're actual pull-up. The lady that I originally bought my diaper pattern from sent that to me a while back. Let me see if I can pull this up here. No, not really. Okay, it rips it. That's fine. I just need to get these slipped in there so that he can adjust his outfit maybe. And they're literally just going to get tossed in here and taped back in. Training pants and pull-ups are going to be for the new year when I get time to work on a new thing. Yes, Jimmy, I hear you, Bubba. Go ahead and put the keys in the bubble, man. I mean, I can't. He already has it. I'm like, I could open it up. I'm happy to say I found our hostess's Etsy shop. All right, I gotta write this to him real quick so I can get it in the mail. It is, okay. My bladder has finally decided it's going to exist today. All right. This pen does not work very well. Here we go. It does not like that. The pen does not like that. Here we go. All right, 1 second, guys. I gotta write this address on here. One I found that was there was plastic diaper. That's my diaper choice till most store brands run only cloth bath. Only for about 2 years, even depends. Yep. Yeah. It's still hard to find the plastic back depends in the States, I find. All right. I won't see messages for just a minute, guys, so give me a sec. All right, I gotta get a stamp on that and get that out and let him know. All right, there we go. That's taken care. Well, it's only been like 6 months since they reintroduced it. Aberform are okay. They're a pretty cheap diaper to get. They're still considered semi-premium. But yeah. All right, let's see here. I need to go down to the garage and pull out my mother-in-law's sewing so I can get stuff to her. All right. Stick it over here. And I got it out. So I will be right back, guys. Give me a moment. Okay. We got some stuff to drink, so we've got coconut pineapple water and iced tea and a big box of stuff. Whew. Wait, this box is heavy. Well, not really. More like it's hard to carry. Ah, I forgot the other thing I went down there for, but that's okay. Wait. I also got dinner going. All right. You're not pulling us on up. Yeah, I just had to wash it. This is just iced tea, sweet tea, because that's my fave. Yeah. So, okay. Let's look here what I got to do. So we have two necklines. I'm going to cut out different sleeves because I want them to match. We have two waistbands, awesome. Sauce, two shirts cut out here. Somewhere in here. I don't think we bought the Harry Potter one, Mom. I got to do these and these. I don't see Harry Potter. Okay. She said she wants the Harry Potter one. I don't have a Harry Potter one, Mom. But I've got plenty of that. All right. Yeah, I don't see a Harry Potter in here at all. Okay, I gotta text her. Oh, that's right. I had to replace the fabric. I messed that fabric up, so it's somewhere. Let me text her real quick. Because I have a lot of fabrics here for her. Okay, so. Okay. Plus these two. Plus this one. Oh, you saw me drink from the babe? Yeah, I have it's a 18 or 20 ounce. It is from, I took the sticker off, but it is a fellow Etsy shop. Totally recommend him. It is Lil Coda, LilKotaSSHop. Check him out. He's got the best bottles for adults. A fabric rack would be useful. I do have a fabric rack, and it is going to go right over here, but I have to get it out of the garage because it's all set up. Yes. My bottles have been, well, this one is in my bed. I've been using it at night a lot. So it's been in my bed. No, I'm going to make one white, one black for them so they know who's yours. If I have enough black. If is a big question. One of them's sitting over there. It desperately needs to be washed. Let's see if I have enough of this. Hi, Snitch. Hey, kitty, kitty. Did you sense that I I just fed him. I noticed it was 3. He hasn't been fed again, so I decided to feed him. So this is one set here. I have an extra set. So that's good. All right, now I have half of an extra set. Hi, kitty. Come here. Come here. Maybe. Oh. Hello, sweetie. Did you have a nice breakfast or lunch? I have several actual baby bottles. I love the doc. I use them for different things. My bigger bottles I use for like water and juice and stuff like that. My smaller bottles are my milk bottles that Daddy can put in the microwave and heat up for me. What is the best part about sleeping until 11? I don't know. Did you sense I was working on Mama's or your grandma's stuff? My baby. Yeah, this is just a modified sports bottle. He cuts a hole in the top, fits a nipple. The Pura nipples. This is a unique nipple, and it's fantastic. It really fits well in the adult mouth as well as the baby mouth, but it also has a little tube that is a vent, so it doesn't collapse, which is awesome. You got to check this guy's stuff out. They're fantastic. Oh, your eye is icky, buddy. How am I gonna clean up your eye? He hates this, guys. Well, it's icky. You have to get your eyes cleaned out sometimes. I know you hate it. I know you hate it. Let me get it all the way, and then we'll be all done. There you go. All done. All done. Hi. Unfortunately, I have to. Do you ever get embarrassed by changing diapers in public bathrooms? I don't generally change in public bathrooms, so not really, no. I don't usually need to change unless I'm out for several hours, but that's usually also when I'm not drinking as much fluids. And when I'm walking, my bladder tends to kind of just not do its thing. So I rarely have to change in public. If I'm going to be out in public for a long time, I'll put on a nice thick diaper. Hi, baby. Mama loves you, but Mama has stuff to do. So you're going to. Every time I go to pick him up, he's like, no, I'm not leaving you. Kitty. Burps. Yeah, burps. I love you. But you've got to go find somewhere else to go. I'm sorry. Go find something comfy to lay on. I don't care if you lay on Mom's fabric. That's fine. All right, let's see here. I should have enough here to do what I need to do. Should. Should and do are 2 different things, but I should have enough. And I'm actually going to, wait, where are my scissors? He also wants to kind of play, but he's going to have to wait because I got a lot of, oh, let me touch Mom. Okay. I rarely get embarrassed about this stuff in public now because I'm so used to it that it doesn't really affect me. I get sometimes embarrassed when Daddy does things in public, but like check or something like that. I gotta text my mother-in-law. So here. Um, I'm just spamming my mother-in-law. If you have to change in the public restroom, how do you dispose of your briefs or diapers? Either just throwing them in the garbage can that's in there, or sometimes I bring an extra bag with me, like a plastic handled bag, um, and throw them in there and then in the garbage. But I just dispose of them in there. We've got Terry lined plastic pants with the thought of out for a long time might help with leaks. Yes, that's true. I don't like plastic pants though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like girls, we aren't, it's not that big a deal. I have changed in public restrooms at work where I like kind of just keep the diaper like underneath my arm and walk to the trash can, throw it out, and then go wash my hands. Yeah, when you mess your diaper in public, that's hard to deal with. Um, Generally, if that happens, we go home if we can. Otherwise, we'll find like a family restroom. Also, you can put yours in. Yeah, like sometimes what I used to do would be like while I was in the stall, I would put it in a plastic bag, stick it in my backpack, go wash my hands in that, or go. I would take like go to the garbage can, pull it out, put it in the garbage, and then go wash my hands. So, yeah. But for the most part, people don't generally care. They don't notice. They don't. It's not a big deal. And if they approach you, be like, "Dude, I'm incontinent." Just tell them that straight up. Don't ask questions. They won't usually ask questions. So just tell them, if you have to play the incontinence lie, go for it. If you're not incontinent, I mean. Otherwise, it's the truth. Like, dude, I'm incontinent. If you want to know more about it, look it up. I have an educational YouTube. Yeah, IBS is awful. Crohn's sucks. My thing is not Crohn's, but it's semi-similar. Why did I cut it out like that? That was stupid. I'm so talky, I'm not even remembering what I'm supposed to be, like I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. What does your diaper bag look like? I have a backpack. It's from Adidas. Um, that's what I use if I feel like just having something quick and easy. Like if I only pack a diaper, I just use my purse, which is like it's like it's like a mini backpack type thing that's canvas. There's that one. So I don't really make a big fuss about stuff in public. I just do my thing. Bowel turd. Yeah, that is the thing. Changing a messy diaper in public is not easy. It's hard because, especially for me, like I think I don't have a lot of length here. That was a mess up on my part. Let's see if I stretch it. I might have to put a seam in this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a seam. Oh well, we could do side seams. It'll be okay. Yep. Yeah, at least I have enough for probably some sleeves here. So that was my bad. That was my big bad. That one's a little wider in the neck, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, just checking. Just making sure I'm all straight. Everything here. I'll cut her down a tiny bit. They found a cure for Crohn's. It's in a study. They found only Crohn's in developed countries. So if they give you a kind of worm, your Crohn's goes away. There's a symbiosis. That's interesting. Unfortunately, mine is not curable because mine is genetic and it's an actual gene deletion. You have the diapers with you with the indicator. Yeah, but I don't really pay attention to the indicator. The indicators are for people who are being changed and don't understand that they're wet, kind of. They don't understand. Or for like nursing homes when they're in the hospitals and stuff. I think the ones for ABU are easier and better because the pause disappear at a different, like they disappear slowly. So it's like, I don't know, I like those. All right, this would be really cute to sew with orange thread though, because it matches. That's what we're gonna do. The cat is over on the table trying to find a comfy spot. One of my friends has Crohn's. I've met a lot of people with Crohn's actually. Like I use the crinkles. They don't have. Do they? Yes, they do have an indicator, but it's a very faint indicator. I'm debating, should I go grab my serger? I don't think I want to deal with serger today. I really don't. Okay, so this is the sleeves. This is one of the fabrics I have here that I'm working with. I have some really cute fabrics. How often do I check myself? I don't know. I don't do much checking. I kind of just know, like, I use the diaper until it's like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom and then I'll check, or I will. Yeah, exactly. Daddy does check me quite often. Not as often as he should. Okay, I need to stop flip-flopping between the two drinks because that's weird. It tastes weird. All right, we're going to start off with the back. Shit, I only have one sleeve? Is that? Oh, I only have one set of sleeves. Okay, I'll have to get some more of this. I'll have to get more. Okay, so I can only sew one at the moment, which is okay. I'll grab some more of it. This is my front. No, that's my back. This is my front. Iron overload. Yep. Andrew should be home like any minute. I believe. That's the front. Yeah. Sorry, buddy, you can't hop up here right now. You can sit back there, but you can't be in my lap. In Iowa? Okay, cool. Snitch! Don't. God damn this kid. I know. There we go. Oh, I need to put it in a ballpoint needle. Yeah, I forgot about that. Most of the time, I'll wait till the diaper is falling apart. Yeah, sometimes that's how I am. The diaper I'll always change ASAP. Yep. Yes, it does. I prefer it. However, 90% of the time I do my own. God damn it, needles keep falling out of this thing. I need to get rid of these. Oftentimes I'll have Andrew do my night diapers because he's just better at it than I am. Jesse, you asked why anybody like being spanked. The reason is because when they're little, yeah, they were kind of abused, and any attention that they get, it triggers the same centers of the brain. Yeah. For me, spanking is not a thing, a good thing, because I was spanked so much as a kid, in not great ways, and it kind of does the opposite. It triggers the bad part. But also, as a little, it also is a thing of like showing. It's reminding you who's in control. It reminds you that daddy's in control. Or mommy or daddy or whatever, either one. But it reminds that the big is in control, and it just is. Sometimes punishments are a comforting thing. Not spanking is not one I can do, like any type of restraint or anything like that. I can't do it because I have too much trauma there. It is actually very awkward. The first time I had my diaper changed by anybody was my mother. When I woke up from my first surgery, they had me in a diaper because 9 times out of 10, you'll have an accident after that surgery because they've reconstructed your bowel. It doesn't know what to do. And so I was in a diaper, which I was fine with. But it took them 13 hours to get some. I was 18, very Christian, very, God damn it. No, we just need to move that over. It's going to be in the same month anyway. Very Christian, never had a guy see me naked, and they sent in a male, and my mom's like, can we get a female? He's like, yeah, they're busy, so it'll be a little bit, but yeah, we'll get someone in here. 13 hours later, no one had changed me, so I finally broke down in tears, and my mother changed me. Second person to change me was a nurse in the hospital, and it was definitely embarrassing. I'm gonna actually probably have to grab my headphones. My first boyfriend to change me was my ex, Rob. He changed me all the time, actually. By that point, I was used to it. I probably should be stitching this with a stretch stitch. But I'm lazy. What's the matter with me? I fell on the floor because of you. Yeah, I'm actually fairly well behaved. Compared to Zelly, I am an angel. She's a naughty one. She's a very mischievous one. Daddy has to give her spankings, even if she's not bad, to remind her who is in control. So that neckline seems so long. been a while since I've done one of these. Oh no, it's not. It just seems long, wide for some reason. I don't know why. Also with a stupid stretch stitch. A lot of us kids were punished for having accidents. Yep. This is the one I like. Come on. My machine does not like this fabric lately. Shit. Why does it do this to me? Maybe I just need to draw bigger symbol. Somebody is not happy under there. I probably need to clean out my machine before I do this. Yeah, something's not happy. I might need to oil this and clean it, but oh yeah, that's bad. Okay, what's going on here? Who's being a grump butt? She only answered part of my question. Yeah, that's always sad. I'm always so sad when parents punish kids for, excuse me, for bedwetting. It just breaks my heart. Somebody's grumpy butt over here. Who is it? Of more fetish for incontinence than for incontinence, but needs are about 50-50. It does, yeah. My parents, I had a couple of siblings that wet the bed. I'm having trouble getting this apart right now. Why? There we go. You just need to be cleaned. Is that why you're grumping? Think this must be why you're grumping? I actually need to check something here. Okay, that's good. I think it just needs to be cleaned. Oh yeah, you gotta clean you. That's why you're being so grumpy. It's like mad. Fast as lightning bolt strikes out of ceiling, LOL. Oh, this poor machine. Ugh. Look at this. So this is one ball of fluff that I just pulled out of my machine. I'm actually gonna pull that back out because I need more. Oops. Okay, there's that. That's finished. Yeah, you sit down with the kid and talk to him. Yep, that's exactly it. My mom didn't really ever make a fuss about my sisters. Like, my one sister was 14 when she stopped wetting the bed. What a lot of parents don't realize is that the kids who wet the bed, it's because their bladder develops at a different rate than them. So it causes bedwetting issues because their bladder isn't caught up to the rest of their body yet. All right, there you go, baby. You look so much better now. Are you gonna be less grumpy now? Please, machine? I love you to death. Be nice to me. It's very important to clean out your machines regularly. Yes. Yes. I should probably uncover my heating that is going right now. Like with me, I know the last accident I remember before my incontinence and stuff started was literally I was like 2.5 or 3. Was very young. But my sister and I woke up at the same time at night. We both had to go potty, and she got there slightly before me, and so she got the potty, and I couldn't hold it, and I pooped my pants. I was like 3 though. So my mom's like, oh, well, you pooped your pants, no biggie. Okay, so why is this thing open? There we go. All right. Now, if this doesn't fix it, then I know that there's something up with the machine. There we go. Cover. As old as 15 years old, I haven't known about it. I'm gonna go ahead and trim you little twerp with your button. All right, let's try this again, guys. Fingers crossed. The machine will not be grumpy. It's a little bit. Why do you keep pulling my fabric down? God damn it. There we go. There's Daddy. My niece is 4.5 and in diapers, and she has ADHD. No, don't put me down. Why are you doing this to me? Hi. Honestly, the other scene looks better, but it'll lay flat eventually. Look at my sewing room. It's clean. She made me feel like a real dad. Huh? Oh, is that from Dad?
Yeah, I've got like Kansas athletic shit.
Oh,
It's
crap.
been forwarded to Dad.
Hi.
Where are you? This is quite a bit better. We'll go that far.
I have to get my shelf in here so I can start putting things up. This is Mom's stuff. Oh, actually, I can go back in the box.
Get me a space to bring a shelf up.
It's going to go right here.
Get me a space to bring a shelf up, and I will bring a shelf up.
Right now?
When you're ready.
Well, whenever you're ready.
Do I see a space?
No,
Okay.
this needs to go down in the garage when you go. Okay. Danke.
Or you will promptly come unpack it.
It's just stupid things. I don't want
Well,
those.
I know, but I want the fucking laundry basket.
Do you
back.
want those? I've decided they're not really useful to me.
I don't need more crap work.
Then put them in the garbage. And then the rest of that is yours and Hannah's. That's yours and Hannah's stuff. That's why it's in there.
Well, then it doesn't go to the fucking garage, dumbass.
It doesn't have to go in the garbage though.
This is yours.
Oh, that is for the garage. But I can put
This
this
is Dad's.
What?
Dad's camera you were telling me.
Okay, never mind. The stuff that needs to go in the basement.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you figure that out.
But the rest, you go.
Let's put this someplace nice too.
I found another measuring tape. Where like Daddy found it. It's gonna go right there. Up this way.
Remount that outlet.
Yeah, that is the printer one.
Remount the outlet. Get that hanger off.
Hi, Eric. Oh. He's gonna bring up my shelf for me, guys. First and second grade mom were forced back into diapers. She had enough. Yeah. Yes, he cussed. Hi, Eric. I found number 2 of 3 measuring tapes. I think the other one's in my room. He's getting my shelf. So, I inherited a crap ton of embroidery floss, and I don't do embroidery. I might just post it for sale at some point. Be like, take it off my hands, please. Actually, I take that back. I do some when it comes to making dolls. That's when I do embroidery. I don't know why my machine is being stupid with this fabric. It's not very fond of interlock. I wonder if I need to switch presser feeds. I'm gonna put my walking foot on and see if that fixes that issue. What diaper am I wearing? North Shore Supreme Light. That hooked me for life. Yeah. I am so happy to have myself back. They're decent for daytime. They hold 1, maybe 2 weddings. I primarily use them for daytime so that if I poop in them, I'm not wasting a full diaper. They're cheap. So that's their purpose in my life. Where's my sleeve? This is not the sleeve. Oh, wait. This is the back. Back of the shirt. So I need to put in my list things I need to grab when we do next Go Joanne's. I'll probably do it while I have my 25% off coupon.
Hey.
What?
When I put this down, you'll call me back out and deal with this fucking umbrella.
Okay.
You've done a very shitty job of doing what I asked.
Why?
Because there's still shit all over the fucking house. I wanted you to deal with everything you found, dumbass.
Well, some of it's your guys' and I don't know what to do with it.
Find something appropriate to do with it.
Hang on, guys. I'll be back. Okay, let's see. Tape on. Homeboy needed a nap. No, I had to go run do a few things. Why do most men need a nap right after work? I don't know. Because they work hard, I guess. Andrew doesn't usually nap, though. All right, I gotta figure out where I was with this. Like I said, this neckline seems so wide. It doesn't usually seem this wide to me, but it seems really wide. I guess that's right. Jesse, I would say because they work really hard and they're tired. Andrew gets up really early, so if he takes a nap, that's why. He's just tired. What am I making today? T-shirts for my mother-in-law. I've had these forever and haven't gotten to them because of orders. All right. I'm going to see if using my walking foot helps the issue. He's a little tense, yeah. He usually is. He'll calm down though. And he just swears like a sailor. So that's not an unusual thing. We all swear around here a lot. A lot. He did check my dad though. Making sure I didn't sting apparently. All right, let's see if the walking foot does its job. No. It keeps pulling the ends in. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, that's got to be a tension issue. Something's not right. So, who's being the culprit here? I swear I'm going to switch Let's switch out thread, rethread everything, see if that makes a difference. And I'm going to try sewing on something else too to see if it's just this fabric. But if you guys see right there, my shelf is up. It could be the needle, but generally when it does that, it's not. I'll try switching needles to a, I already have them out somewhere. Needle, there you are. I might need a bigger, I bet I need a smaller gauge, but I don't know. We'll try switching everything out, seeing how it is. I just switched needles, so it shouldn't be the needle. But I'll give everything a shot. I'll switch out needle, I'll switch it out. Sometimes this fabric, it's just so stretchy that it gets pulled in. There. No, that's not the needle. It's also been a while since I've worked with this fabric. Yeah, it might be the fabric itself. It's been a while since I've sewn this fabric. It's been a hot minute. So, yeah, that needle looks pretty dull. I think that's the issue. I think I just put in a dull needle. I'll let you do anything. That's the issue. Have a good night. I have to go. Bye, Jesse. Have a good evening. Enjoy yourself. I tossed it in the garbage, that needle. So we'll give it a shot with this one. See if it behaves. Everything is rethreaded, so it should be just fine. No, don't curl on me. There we go. Okay. Maybe my machine just wants to be a butthead today. Not to get in the middle of personal stuff. He's vacuuming. What's he vacuuming? I don't know what he's vacuuming. Bad sewing machine, yes. It's being a crankpot. It's being a butthead today. We'll try this. It very likely could have been my needle. And if that's the case, I'm taking off the stupid walking clip. Because listen to that. It's just loud. She's so beautifully right there. Okay. I'm going to do a silly thing. I'm going to now take off my walking foot. No, I don't hate the walking foot. The walking foot does a really good job for something, but the noise drives me crazy. I don't like rhythmic clunking. I don't like chomping, clunking, that type of thing drives me crazy. I think it was the needle, or it needed to be rethreaded on the top, one of the two. Once I saw the needle, though, it was pretty dull, which means I took an old needle and just put it back in. All right, let's see here. Good. But so far, so good. So let me put my other shank back on. That's the thing. If you ever have machine issues, your first things to do, very first thing is to rethread. Rethread top, rethread bobbin. That doesn't work, switch out your needle. And then go from there and diagnose. Cleaning it out also, which is the first thing I did. So it looks like it was probably the needle. It can be a combination of needle and thread. Yeah, however, that thread, I haven't unthreaded the machine since yesterday, and it was working fine yesterday, so it was probably the needle. You get a chance to try older sewing machine? No, thank you. I have had one from the 70s. I had one that was actually older than that even. It was probably closer to 50s. It was one that was, everything was metal. It was built into its casing. It only did straight stitch and zigzag stitch. Yeah, that's what I learned to sew on. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. The true test will be on the next seam. If my next seam cooperates at the start, then we're good to go. There's that part. Please tell me I'm doing this correct. This one. I'm so used to this pattern now, guys, I don't even pin it. Don't even pin it. It doesn't really need it. All righty. Here we go. Telltale moment. Telltale moment. Yeah, when you're commercial sewing, I can see where another one would be nice, like an industrial machine.
Ooh.
That would be fun. But with the level of sewing I do, I mean, I wear them out more maybe, but singers last. There, now you guys can see more of the work. My 70s stuff still doing strong, yeah. They're harder to repair though because they're not as readily available. The parts are older and stuff. So. No, they're not made to last as long, but they do cooler stuff. Like if I only did straight stitching and zigzagging, okay, it doesn't like the end of that one, but that's okay. It doesn't usually. It often doesn't like the end, but that's fine because it'll be in the seam allowance when I do this. All right. Yeah. Also, something that's important to do with some machines and some fabrics.
Tell me what to do with these. I found the most.
Those are Hannah's.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, well then they were on exactly the right space.
Sometimes you got to give it a little assistance in the tug at the beginning of the seam, especially with these knits. This is why I hate sewing stretch stitching.
You want this?
Use it.
Then
Hannah uses
I'm
it all the
sitting in here
time.
for the time being until I get the cleaning supplies out of your closet. I'm gonna put the cleaning supplies in mine.
Okay.
I see what you did, but I don't like having all that weight up there.
Okay.
There's room for buckets.
Yeah.
And all of that. So I'm gonna rip out that carpet before we move out. So.
What? Oh, in the closet? I know. See, my cleaning got him to do a little bit of cleaning. Thank you for cleaning up, babe. I don't touch their bedroom or their bathroom, so that's all on them. I still have to clean my bathroom probably later tonight, but I'm gonna wait till after I shower and everything. Because I'm a nighttime shower. I've been sewing for 24 years. Yeah. So I've been at it a while. Hate stretch stitching. Hate it. And I actually get a better seam look when I actually I only need to stretch so the stretch stitch the stretchy parts. When I'm going down the straight line of the shirt for this, I don't need it. What?
Brushes and shit for the vacuum?
No. They're
Okay.
Check in the garage in the red trash can, as well as like some of the other boxes around there. They're somewhere. I just recounted 9 years of sewing sewing machine. Okay, so there's this. I've been watching this stuff. There's this awesome cabinet. I forget what it's called, but it basically folds out to look like just a wardrobe, or folds up to look just like a wardrobe. But when you open it up, it's like this awesome sewing thing where you can store stuff. I would love to have that in here, right here. Probably in the near future, before too long. My sewing room is going to change. I'm going to move my desk to that wall right there, but not till we paint it because it's too dark over there right now. And I need probably better lighting. But I absolutely hate stretch stitching, guys. Like, it takes twice as long, if not longer. And I don't get as nice of a look on my seams for some reason. I probably would if I used an actual zigzag, which I could do that. This shirt, it doesn't really need it. And after this seam, we are 50% of the way. Well, no, 80% of the way done with this shirt. These shirts go together so quick. Because Grandma and Mom are going to have matching. Yes, I do have my bird. He's out there squawking his head off right now. He's happy because people came home. He hears me sewing, so he wants.
This is yours, right?
No, Zoe said I can try it.
But it's Zoe's.
But it's Zoe's.
Okay.
At least. Hey, Tay Tay. He's like, shut the door. Andrew. Babe. I just scared the shit out of Andrew. So you guys heard me calling him, right? He didn't hear me, so I got up to go talk to him. And as soon as I figured out where he was and said his name, he turned on the vacuum so he didn't hear me. Now what I do is I go in and put all my seam allowances in for the necklines and for all the cuffs. I love the rain, even if it is cold. I hate the rain. I don't like the rain because it gives me allergies. Otherwise, I don't mind the rain. Although if I'm little, I hate thunderstorms. Rain is a good thing. Isn't there a song about that? Okay, these ones can go back in the box for a little while. That's what I thought. Where did I put the shirt? Oh, right there. Okay. Okay, so this is the fabric for part of Zelly's Christmas present. She's gonna have a onesie with a skirt. That's the skirt fabric. But so worth it. Yes, she picked that one out. The only one who isn't picking out all their stuff is Andrew, but that's because oh, I know she'll love it because she picked it. We actually went to Joann's and picked it because she's more picky. I'm easy. But yeah, she's a lot more picky. But Andrew's, he didn't pick his out because I know what he'll like for his. He's getting a Paw Patrol. He's getting Paw Patrol. I am probably gonna do Lilo and Stitch for me. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I don't know about that. We'll see. I can't particularly justify a $50 pair of PJs for me, but then again, I'm spending kind of that much on Zellies. So I think I'm a Scorpio when it comes to that. What way did I get that? My birthday is the 24th of November, so. Try to get this one. So you're a Scorpio then? Yeah. See, since the new one, yes, I'm a Scorpio. I used to be a Sagittarius. But I actually was more of a cusper. I was more cusp than anything at the time. I believe me and Andrew are the same sign. And I forget what Zelly is. She's in September. She's September 12th. So yours was October 20th. Cool. So you just had a birthday. Okay, this next one does not want to go over into it. There we go. I got it. A man handled it. And now I'm pinning these on backwards. Whoopsies. You pinned them on the right way now. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to peel them off anyway. That one's right. That one's wrong. I guess it doesn't really matter. But there we go. Now I can tell. Gemini here. Wait a minute. What way am I going? Toward the slate. Toward the slate. I'm getting pissed. Sounds good is what Mom said, so I'm gonna have to ask a few more questions from him. Tomorrow is Halloween. Everybody to $3 burritos tomorrow? We might have to go. It's payday tomorrow. Although Daddy gets Chipotle all the time because that's one of their common things to buy at work. When they have games and stuff, they always get food, and Chipotle is their kind of their number one. But I don't get Chipotle very often, so maybe we'll go to $3 burritos. Although Zoe has to work. She doesn't typically work on Wednesdays, but because it's federal payday for her, or it's payday for the company she works for, so she's got to work extra hours tomorrow. But only till 3. I did that a smaller neckline than I normally do. There's that part. This is such an easy pattern, guys. Like anybody could sew this pattern. If I could be any age, I would probably honestly go back to infanthood, because that's my AB side. Going back to like favorite age and favorite time as a kid would probably be between 12 and 15. Because that's when we spent a lot of time on my friend's farm and stuff like that. My goodness. Okay, I'll look at them. By the way, if any of you all are furries and you have, or even ABDLs and you have Telegram, there is a Telegram chat room just for the sheer purpose of getting stickers, like ABDL and that one's cute. That one I will add. Okay, that one's kind of cute too. That one I will add. Just for the sheer purpose of sharing stickers for the ABDL and furry community. And it's awesome. There's lots of fun stickers there. 2 to 3.5, 1 to 4 for me. I would say I would probably go back to being a year old, in all honesty, because I know that's like a happy time frame for me. I was the youngest. My mom really enjoyed me as a baby, so I think that's what I would do. My mom said I was a fantastic 1-year-old. But she said I was like her easiest baby because I was just so chill. So I would say infancy, 0 to 1. I wanted to go really slow backwards sometimes. It doesn't go slow backwards. My mom said I was such a chill, happy baby. She's like, you were literally always smiling. She's like, honestly, time frame in life, she's like, you were like my best. You know, her and my father had gotten married. She had 2 kids already. I was gonna be the last. 2 kids later. But she said she just thoroughly enjoyed my life when I was a baby. So then when I was 3, my sister was born. And she said I was a bit of a naughty 3-year-old. She's like, you were perfect until you turned 3. And then she's like, you were pretty naughty while you were 3. And I'm not surprised. New baby came in. But she said I was like, because with my my youngest sibling, she enjoyed Jenna a lot. Jenna was kind of like me, just a happy-go-lucky baby. And but she was also very sick soon after, like when Jenna was a baby. My mom had a relapse of hepatitis C, so she was very, very ill. Mom told me I didn't want to be potty trained. I was potty trained by 2 or at 2 or something like that. I know I was potty trained before my sister came along. My mom tended to potty train early. So we do have a picture of us, me and my sister, right after we moved to the house that I remember and grew up in when I was 1.5 and I was still in a diaper. See you, Troy. And this shirt is like one seam away from being done. That's how fast these go when I actually get going on these. 4 was when you were potty trained. Nowadays, it's a toss up with people these days. Like back when I was a kid, it was typical around 2 years old. Now it's like 2, 3, 4, 5. I talked to my buddy in Germany. He said they actually potty train a lot later than that. He said usually they start potty training at like 5 or 6. At least in his family. But he is incontinent and he has never been potty trained. He was born without bladder muscles, so he can't control anything like that. Okay. This is kind of the harder of the seams or the cuffs to do because it's bigger. So I have to do this, fold it up in half, and then stretch it. Mm-hmm. Oh, that sucks. I was potty trained for about 18 years of my life. Then it went out the window. When I was like 20, I started having incontinence issues. 24 when I actually 22 or 23 when I fully lost control. Sometimes a traumatic potty training is what triggers people's ABDL sign, or especially their love of diapers. Or at least their interest in diapers, I should say. I don't remember anything about potty training at all. At all. I remember one accident and I remember sneaking a diaper. I didn't know for the longest time if it was a dream or if it actually happened. And I think from Mom and I have kind of figured out that it was a memory. My mom is awesome with the incontinence stuff. Like she's in the 80s stuff in general. She's really. My mom's mind was changed when I was in the hospital one time, and she's never bugged me about a pacifier since that day. like so many people that I've talked to in the incontinence community have had incontinence issues from car wrecks. Nerve damage, mine too. Nerve death in my case. I pretty much have nerve damage throughout most of my body at this point. Like I have nerve damage in my face from Bell's palsy, nerve damage in my legs, nerve damage in my back. Nerve damage in my bladder. Not the straightest seat I've seen in my life. Oh, oh, going all right, the shirt is done. It's a cute shirt. And you can top stitch it, but I'm not going to. I don't usually. I like the way it lays better without top stitching. Ta-da, there we go. One down. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 more to go. I'm not going to do them all today. I'm going to go cut some out now because I'm going to just cut them all out. So, but yeah. Have her fabrics all been washed? Yes, they have. Okay. So, you guys are going to turn this way and come over here. Empty all Mom's fabrics up here so that I see them and I get them done. Hannah's that needs to be washed still. This one needs to go up there too. I need to get stuff for the sleeves of this one. Hey, I can go do this one real quick. I have a few hat things in here too. Cool. Not for me, but not for Mom either. All right, box emptied. Bye. And I'm gonna start putting fabric for orders up here. Because this one needs to be washed still, so. They always roll their fabric. I hate that. I'll have to put those up there because I can't fit that on my shelf. Nose itches now. So I have to go in to do this one for my mother-in-law. She bought a tank top. She didn't like the logo, so I'm putting on a stitch. That's where half my pins are. Oh, and now I can put that thing away. Where'd it go? Moved it. Where did I move it to? This can be used for one of her shirts. I'm gonna get one of the bins I emptied earlier for scraps and stuff. This one needs to go up here. Okay. Get my shelf, guys. It's not even all of it. Most of it. Oh, there's a box in the closet. I'm gonna get bins that match and put them up there. Why did that taste empty? That wasn't empty. All right, let me get my stuff cleared out here. There was a letter on the floor. I need that letter. All right. This I have to go through later. And this I also have to go through and organize. That's my art stuff. Whee! We'll put these over here because these are also scraps. Okay. Called foams. This can go with the other stuffs that I need to embroider. Not embroider, applique. This will get its own spot on the shelf eventually. That also goes there. This needs to go out in the mail. This goes in the art bin. Shipping boxes. Pattern piece needs to go back in the pattern. Okay. These can go in here. These are going in the garbage because they suck. All right. I love that I just put my diaper over there. Nice. This goes in the drawer. Bada bing, bada boom. Table is ready. So, you guys are gonna come over here. Alrighty. Window. Alright. Now, I do know that one of those we wanted in a different pattern. Let me see if I can find the one I want. Right, these need. Let's see here. Do I have a extra chain? Or a wire of some sort. I may have to get a wire from Zoe for letting me, but we're gonna take care of this problem here right now. I've got a bunch of fabrics here. These are PUL samples. This is just some of the samples of their colors. What is my favorite EVDL diaper? Hands down at the moment is Tykables. Yep, Tykables. I like their fasteners. I also think their diaper performs best for me because they don't break down. The tapes are reusable. So if I am using the toilet, that's a big if. If I am using the toilet, I have the ability to unfasten them as many times as I want. And they do a fantastic job at re-sticking. So, all right, I'm going to see if this works. I've been told you can do this. Let's see. No, not really. It cut it. It's just not letting it out now. It's stuck, guys. Let me go. This one side does not like to pop back out. There we go. No? I don't want to hurt myself, but this side doesn't like to pop. Okay, let's not use that side. We're gonna cut this. Tykables are awesome. It really doesn't want to leave these. This is what I get for buying a $4 hole punch. Let's see if this side will do it. No. Okay, so it doesn't like there it goes. Let's not do that then. Not right now. Hello, everybody. This is gonna go back in the back of my thingamabob. Ew, we'll wrap it up and put it in a jar. I forgot I have these jars. These are jars for storing things. It's a yogurt jar. They're fantastic for storing things. All right, now let's find the pattern I'm trying to find here. If it's in here. I don't even know if we actually bought it, but I'm checking. Not in there. It might be this one. You're awesome, and so are your videos. Yes, he is. We love him. Here's one of them. All right. Ta-da. Now that I got that in here, my room is getting dark. Hate that. I really need to get a light to put on my table. Okay, I know we were doing these ones. We're gonna try short sleeve of that one. This one I'm just gonna do long sleeve. I'm gonna do this one slightly different. Mom will love it. We got a little more of this than we bargained for. We got a lot of this fabric. Because I actually made an outfit that I probably will never wear now. I might remake it if I can. Have enough. What's this? Is that enough for the front? Let's check that out. Front or back, it doesn't really matter. Yes it is. Perfect. Oh. Perfect. Okay. Pins. Oops, that's need to go up farther. I might need to refold this slightly, actually. Slight refold here. This fabric is almost a sweatshirt fabric. It's technically an interlock, but it is so close to sweatshirt fabric. There we go. Same here. Yeah, I was pretty caught up, although it's been YouTube's being a little wonky with telling me some new videos that are uploading, so typical YouTube. Go subscribe to their channel. Yeah, Kevin and Allie are awesome. They are awesome. I've watched some of Kevin's live streams as well, and it's fun. It's fun. I like watching live streams. I like live streaming in general. So I might do this one a little bit different than I normally do, just because it's a little bit of a dressier fabric. I'm going to do the cuffs and stuff with itself, basically. A little bit of a nicer binding around the so I'm gonna pull it out actually. Where's my bindings? Here they are. This pattern is just so easy. This one is maybe. This is also a hood. If I have fabric left over from this, I might make a little hooded shirt. Because I made a dress out of it. And I don't like wearing dresses. I don't know why I did that. But I might remake it into something more like this. Okay, I'm not gonna keep this pinned there because I don't need to. But yeah. But I don't like dresses. It's not a dress. It's like a tunic t-shirt dress. And it would be fine, but out of this fabric, it's just too heavy. And I made it short sleeved. So it's supposed to be summer, but it's too heavy of a fabric for summer. So, alrighty. Let's see if I have enough to do this part. Otherwise, I'm gonna make the sleeves normal. The neckline is the one I need to know if I have enough of it. I don't think I do here. Do I have enough lengthwise? No, not there. But I might. Here. No, this piece is too small. Too small. Can anyone remember their first ABDL diaper? Yes. My first ABDL diaper was a Cushies. I got it when I bought my pacifier. And it came in a sample with a Cushy. And I was tickled pink. I had my mom bring it up. I have a diaper sample. Can you bring it up for me so I can try it out? I didn't tell her it had a binky in it and that it was a diaper. An ABDL diaper. This was before she really knew. Okay, yeah, I have enough to do like 2 or 3 shirts. Maybe, we'll see. We might. If I can get another shirt out of this, I'll be happy. Even if I can get another, like if I can get a sleeve out of it, I'll be really happy. All right, so that was the front. This is the back, I believe. Or is this the sleeves? This is the back. No, that's the sleeve. Little paws. I am not hugely fond of the little paws. It's just my thing. Okay. I literally put like 2 pins when I'm doing this pattern, guys. I can pretty much lay it down, and it's not going to move really because it's a kind of sticky-ish, not sticky fabric, but the material that I use for tracing is kind of like fibrous, so it really melds well to itself. Let's see, can I fit a sleeve? Oh yeah, I can fit a sleeve there, no problem. Okay. I'm going to see what I can fit on here, guys. If I can at least fit a sleeve, I think I can fashion the rest of mine out of the back and the front of my dress thing. I almost just nicked my finger with the scissors. Mine was SDK version 1 with pacifier. That was when my car wreck happened and I was in the hospital for a year. That's a long time. I feel you there, man. I haven't been in for a year straight, but I was in for my longest consecutive stay was 2 months. But I pretty much spent the better part of a year in the hospital, or better part of 6 years, honestly, in the hospital. Okay, let's get the sleeves cut. Once I cut the sleeves out, the rest is pretty much mine to deal with what I want. So. Does this stretch both ways? Oh, it does. This is a 4-way stretch. Oh yeah, I probably have enough to do too. All right, so if it's a 4-way stretch, then I can do both. I can do it either way with this one. Okay. Let's see if that's wide enough for the sleeve. Where's my sleeve? There's the sleeve. Not quite. Okay, I gotta go a little bit wider. It's a long ass sleeve. Okay. Try 24/7 for work. Can I go on this? I know Mom has kind of shorter arms, so I don't have to really go the full length for her. Cut 2 size large. Yeah, they actually go right down the back legs. This one's just going to be a little more dressy. I work for Kroger Food Company. Okay. I think you have Smithville there in California, right? Krogers are often called different things in different states. I know Kroger here is called Dillon's. In Utah, I know it's called Smith's. And I think in, I don't know, but there's different names for it sometimes. I might put a cuff on this one. I don't know yet. the thing with Kroger's here is that they often don't beat Hy-Vee and Aldi's or Walmart. But like here in our town we have 3 Kroger's, Dillon's, we have 2 Hy-Vees, and we have 2 Walmarts and Aldi's. Vegas is Smith's. Yeah, it's in Utah, it's Smith's too. That's where Zoe is from. Alright, there's one shirt cut out. I'm gonna probably throw mine on here and see if I can fit one for me. Not take apart the skirt. But actually, I'm gonna really just sit here and cut out Mom's because she needs them. So that's primarily what I'm gonna do. I just chose to do this one a little bit different than my normal pattern. This is doing. There we go. Where are you? What are you doing, pattern? There we go. One cutout. And then there's lots of leftover fabric, which makes me happy. I want a hoodie out of this because it's really cute. I want a hoodie. Okay, now you're gonna see neck binding wise if I can find a piece for it. There's a lot left over of this. I may not be able to make a full-blown extra shirt, but I can at least fit something out of it. Whoops, I just dropped my scissors. All right. Okay, there's that one. Garbage goes in. I knocked something over. Oh, the pattern. This one is for. Sometimes we got a lot. We probably got more than we needed, in all honesty, of these. I like to get with pretty much the minimum fabric I'd buy, unless I have something for it, is 2 yards. And there goes the other pattern piece. 2 yards will pretty much do any type of shirt. It won't do like a hoodie, but it'll do a shirt. And now I need my pattern pieces. Are these all going one direction? Oh, yes, they are. Hate directional fabric. By directional fabric, I mean it all goes one direction. The print all goes one direction. So I have to match it. It's getting very dark in here. I might go steal Andrew's lamp. This one I have to pin a little bit more because the fabric itself is bumpy. So. Either that or I have to stop something. One of the two. One of the two. Okay. think this is where I can fit the sleeve. I forget if I can fit the sleeve here. Let me see. We have to make sure the sleeve goes in the correct direction. Oh yeah, we have plenty of room. Okay. And we have enough length right here for the sleeve. Yes. Okay. We do. It's gonna be a barely. It's gonna be a barely fit. But we can do it. We can do it. I have to make it match. That's the thing. I can't have an upside down sleeve. That would look funny. I am in pretty desperate need of an extra light though for over here. In general, I tend to need a light over here. There we go. Now we can cut these out. Lay flats. Hey Kevin, if you're in here still, do you have any like pacifiers or baby bottles that you like to use? Beedo. Here's my washer. It's annoying that the washer doesn't take as long as the dryer. Makes it interesting when you're doing laundry. Beedo. Go, back is on. Back is slightly not lined up. Beedo. There we go, that's better. Beedo. Just me and you and one person not signed in on YouTube. Yeah, that's okay. Before too long, I'm gonna have to stop doing stuff in here anyway, because it just gets too dark. Can't see what I'm doing. So before too long, it'll be. My fabric just fell. No. Hey. Under the table I go. Everybody poofs and comes back. It's just kind of how it works. That's just how it works when you're streaming. Okay, let's get to this part. Good, that wasn't the pattern piece I needed. Rip, yeah, pretty much. Okay. It says there's 4 people in here. Yeah, even though it kept saying 3, or it was saying okay, but you don't use them. My daddy likes to use them as mute buttons. He calls them my mute button a lot of times. He thinks that's funny. Welcome back, everyone. We're just cutting out shirts. Practically in the dark. It's really hard to see over here right now. Like, it looks really bright to you guys, but it's actually pretty dark in here. The camera is not doing what my lighting is justice. Plus, it just takes a lot more lighting. I might go see if I can find some sort of lamp. Oh, that's okay, Eric. Hang on, let me shut off my phone. It's too dark to sew anymore. I'm only cutting things out. It's just way dark in here now. But I'm really, with the pacifier question, I'm very picky about my pacifiers. I have to have specific ones. It takes me a long time to adjust to a new binky. I get very frustrated and mad. And then it was not, like, I got used to my new binky, and then within a couple of weeks I got sick. And I have been so stuffy I can hardly use it. One sleeve down, one to go. With this, I have to make sure I'm reversing it properly, though. Otherwise, I'll end up with 2 sleeves that are the exact same, and I need them mirror imaged. So, we'll see. This one I might do with a different cuff as well. We'll see. Oh shit, that's long enough. Don't like measure. Hopefully it fits. Get up here. Please let this sleeve fit. Okay, it should. Yeah, it should. It just fits. Thankfully, this sleeve can be lengthened by using a cuff. So, not the end of the world if it doesn't fit. This patsy clip. Yeah, I have one that I made. I'm gonna be making those and selling them eventually here. I just need to decide what price I'm gonna sell them for. And take some pictures of a couple. Might dye fabric for this one. There we go. Sleeves, bottom, top, all good. Ta-da. Lots of scraps. Some of them I'm not keeping. Like this long strip here. I actually took my pacifier off my binky clip the other day. Sometimes I don't like the binky clip. It just varies on my mood. All right. I know she wanted this one short sleeved. This one is really cute. It's all pandas, baby pandas. But if I'm gonna do it short sleeved, I think I would prefer. That's probably what we planned on for this one too. I'm gonna do this one short sleeve though. And I think I might wait for this one to do a different pattern. Or is this the one she wanted in the tunic? I might have to remake the tunic because I think, no, she wanted them all in the normal shirt. She said just do them in this shirt pattern. So it was a lot easier to sew for Mom when she was around. I miss her being around. And by Mom, I mean Andrew's mom. This is a directional one too. Get down there. Thank you. This one still had a decent fold in it, so I can tell. Center fold, go there. Everybody go to the center fold. Thank you. I think that's where we need to go. It might not need to be quite that big. And I did it again, guys. Keep throwing my pattern on the floor. So we're going to use this part of it. We're going to use this for this. We're going to use this thing as the pattern. Because screw it, I'm not getting it off the floor again. Not right now. Too stubborn. What I'm doing right now is lining this up and picking where I need to make the fold. So that I can just do that. There we go. Beautiful. Laid up beautifully. This one fabric likes to turn up, so I do have to watch that. I hate when I go directional fabrics. I hate directional fabrics. But it is such a cute fabric. Like, look at this. So cute. Love it. Alright, top. Or front, I should say. The whole thing is a top. It's just the front of the top. There we go. Now it's just me and Tate. No, I said it's just me and you now. It's getting really hard to see in here too. Probably after I cut this one, I'm gonna close up stream regardless of who's in here. Oh, you are, it just doesn't. All right, 2 viewing, that's right. I'm thinking me and Tay. Because on Twitch, it shows me as viewing when I watch my own stream. So YouTube does not count that. Okay, let's see here. All right. That was a little rough. Pull this over as far as we'll go. YouTube streaming is buggy. Yes, it is. It is very buggy. It's a rather buggy system. It's not its primary task. That's the thing. YouTube was not created as a streaming platform. Okay, there we go with that. Now I just need to measure here. Make sure we have enough length for 2 sleeves. And I can go a little higher, I think. Now that I've moved over. Now. Okay, so this one needs to face this way. Okay. Yeah, we have a little bit of a flipper there. It is a wee bit buggy. There we go. Okay, so I do have enough for long sleeves. Let me ask Mom though, before I do that, do you want any of them short sleeve? She doesn't usually respond to me very quickly. I'm going to cut it out as if it was long sleeve because I can always put it back in as short sleeve. You can make them shorter, you cannot make them longer. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, we're good. Long, okay. She wants them all long, okay. That's what I figured. It's cold over there. They live in Montana, so it's pretty cold. Good thing I checked. Well, I knew she loved the long sleeved ones. So I just want to make sure she didn't want anything short sleeved before I started. I can always go with, the thing is the sleeve is the same width and shape whether or not it's long or short sleeved. So I can go back in and cut the length off. I cannot go back in and put more length on. So that's what I wanted to check before I went and did that. No, something's not right. Okay. Yep. I'm glad I remembered what I was doing. Yeah, I need it to flip this way now. That would have been bad. Because I need that one flipped. There we go. That would have been the bad part, guys. Ooh, treats from office. Awesome. Nice. Let me make sure I'm doing this right, though, guys, because I'm second guessing myself like crazy here. So if I were to put them together, okay, good. I'm doing it right. Perfect. It doesn't look straight to me for some reason, but oh, I'm going with what I'm going with. Fireball cider shots. Ooh. That sounds really good. She's making me want some fireballs. After this, I only have 2 left, so I might cut them all out tonight. Where do you live? Oh. Hey, did you ever move out or no? I can't remember. That one, we got some sweats. These scraps are fantastic for making hats. And I will probably make a hat to go with them. Where am I putting my scraps? Oh, down there. Okay, right, one more. And I am going to grab the pattern for this part. Here. Alright. Two more, not one more. Blip, 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 blip. Did we get 2 yards of this one? No, we did. Oof. That 2 yards shrunk up to. That's one of the reasons we're having a problem, guys, is the 2 yards shrunk from. The second yard shrunk from about 36 inches to. Well, I mean, let's try pulling it proper way and see. But that's why you always get more fabric than you need because it shrinks, especially anything cotton. Anything cotton-based shrinks. Polyester, not so much. Okay. Because this is a stripe, though, I have to make sure I line it up. Out of my eye. I have to make sure it's pretty well lined up. Because unfortunately, they didn't do the way they're supposed to and cut it even. But this can go more than one direction, so I'm happy with that. Also, I wonder if my problem. I'm going to try something here. In just a second, we're going to try something. Okay, I'm going to move it down just a tiny bit because it can move down. So we're going to move it all the way down. All right, we're all the way down. Currently chatting with 2 people. Both aren't doing well. But what can you do? Alright, I'm gonna pin this a little bit better than I normally do. I want to see if lengthwise we get a better length for the sleeves. Oh yeah, okay, so we're gonna do this. This is what we're